Welcome to our third and final installment of our Sentinel Comics RPG pre-beta playtest. Thanks to Greater Than Games for letting us do this, as well as Jean-Marc Giffen and Handelabra Games for letting us use this awesome music. If you'd like to see the other two episodes, you can check out the links up there. If not, and you're ready to go for the third, you know where we are. We're in the bank. Some people got punched. It's almost like the big bad's about to appear. Enjoy!
They're on their way out, but now the timer is counting down.
Nice.
It will not be able to go off until the environment's turn. Unity, it is now your turn. Who do you have going next?
Don't make it the environment.
Wait. So the bomb could go off during the environment turn?
Correct.
Oh, no, it will.
It could.
I am going to make... I'm going to have... Ooh. Would it be too gutsy to have... Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to have Legacy go next. That's kind of gutsy, but yeah, I'm going to have Legacy go next.
Interesting.
First of all, I'm going to have... So would the B-bot be able to get back around to the bomb and take an action?
Yeah, I mean, your B-bot would be able to do that. I mean, it's a swift B-bot, so...
Yeah, it is. It's a velocity.
Yeah. There's nothing between you and the bomb that's going to try and stop you, so I would say you would be able to do that if you want to.
What kind of stuff would be like a major cost?
I mean, you've got a couple examples on your sheet, but major cost in this would be...
My sheet only has minor stuff. Oh, no, there is a couple major.
Yeah, a couple of majors at the bottom. Other majors would be something completely unrelated but horrible, like a monorail derailing near this building so that it's now plummeting towards the bank to be able to kill lots of people. Another possibility would be the bank robbers get so spooked at this point they've decided they're going to try and kill one of the hostages and blame it on the heroes forcing their hand, which they're in front of the paparazzi. Might be a bad thing. But these are all things that, you know, you would have time, or at least a chance, to stop, but you'd have to, you know, stop right away.
Right, because...
typically, if you weren't in the red, one of the majors is escalate to the next color zone. You really don't want to do that, because that means a game over.
Yeah. Well, see, because I was thinking I could do the disarm the bomb with the velocity, and it's a D8, so there's 5/8 chance that just a minor cost be successful. Of course I am.
Actually, it's a 50-50 chance. Because 1 through 3, it's going to be a major cost, but in 8, it's no cost at all.
At most, a minor cost. Mm-hmm. And even on a 1 through 3, it succeeds in disarming the bomb, but there's a major cost.
Right.
All right, we're going to disarm the bomb. We're going to disarm the bomb with the velocity.
What about the hostages and the people?
It's a velocity.
Oh my god. Hope they don't die.
The velocity is just an overcome. It can't do anything to protect the people.
Do we have communicators?
We do.
If we do, you could tell Legacy to break through that part of the roof.
And get the bomb.
Get the bomb or break through the roof and beat up those bad guys. Either one.
Yeah. Well, you could say, I'm going to get the bomb. There's 3 bad guys in the room below, you know, on that side, whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, how about this? On my turn, I say, on the communicators, I got the people out, but the bomb's on. Like, I say the bomb's activated, then Unity could say, Al, come get it.
Yeah.
Legacy, there's 3 guys in that room.
Yep. 3 guys and a hostage.
Retcon.
On it.
Another person looks like they're in a Star Trek uniform.
So I have a limited number of NPC options.
Cosplay is an American right.
I love your embracing the whole America thing.
Okay. So, here we go, the hard way for a roll.
Oh, I'm sorry, you trying to roll for the Swift bot?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've got a button here for it. Let me just push that real quick.
Okay. I had this one of my
Okay.
minions just stops working. Well, what the B-bot does to shut it down, the B-bot is able to like fuse itself with the timer and short it out, but it also kills the B-bot, but it doesn't set off the bomb.
Ah,
That's
that's a
good.
good minor cost. I like it. So the B-bot gets fizzled with a bomb. I mean, Tachyon, you can kind of see that as it
Yeah.
flies in. A couple sparks fly. And the timer goes to 9999.
Wait, it's still my turn.
Oh, yeah,
It
but no,
is.
it's still
It is.
activated.
I'm just
Yeah.
doing flavor. I'm doing flavor.
Yeah.
It is
Calm down.
Unity's turn still. You've still got a dirt bot.
Mm-hmm.
So would the turret bot be able to make it through the door and do an action? That's probably not. That's a long way.
No, unfortunately.
Okay, well, I'm
means
going to send the
break
turret
the
bot
door.
as close to the door as I can get it anyway.
Alright, you okay with breaking the window?
Yeah.
Alright, so we smash the window.
I mean, yeah, they probably can't really hear that in the safe anyway. And then, with the rest of my action, I'm going to construct 2 bots using the construction pylon. So I get to create a minion with the max die and another with the min die. And they're both going to be defense bots.
Okay. Well, let's see a roll.
I'm using inventions, creativity. 5 and a 3.
Good deal.
It'll be an explosive bot and a stealth bot. And once those are constructed, they're also going to be heading toward the safe.
They're headed towards the safe as well.
Yeah. The idea is should this go on long enough that they get in there to try to defend the person.
Gotcha.
Good idea.
Where are you all this time? Are you still outside the bank sending them in?
Yeah.
Alright, so it is
I mean,
Legacy's
I
turn?
suppose I could have moved inside once it was cleared out, but
That's fine. We'll say you're still outside. It is Legacy's turn. Who are you wanting to go next?
Oh, I will have, since we don't have to worry about the bomb exploding, I'll let the environment go next.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Legacy Ring. You may use one other kicker action and perform any basic action with the same roll. So
Nice.
I'm going to be using Flying Smash on the bad guys in there.
Okay.
So when I attack using flying, I can attack multiple targets using my min die against each.
Mhm.
My basic action is going to be to smash through the roof. Now I have Principle of Justice. You are always aware of acts of injustice in your environment and those who have committed them. When you make an overcome or movement-related action to get to an act of injustice in progress, use your max die.
Nice.
So
Okay. That's good because, if you succeed at you have to pay a minor cost or a major cost. That probably means the person in there is getting hurt, but not so for most likely your max die. Go ahead
all
and
right.
roll it.
So to get through, then, to get to the roof, I'm going to say that's going to be Strength, Brawling, and my status. So Strength, Brawling, Status. My max die is 9.
Oh yeah, that is a success. So you bust in,
So
There's-
I bust in,
hole in the
freeze
roof.
for just one moment, and then move like lightning.
Nice.
So that'll be a flying
Crack like
attack.
thunder.
Exactly. That'll be flying. I guess with strength.
Well, it's the same roll, so you use the same roll you used before.
So if I use the same roll, then it would be my minimum die. So each of them take 2.
Have you used your
Okay.
comic book yet?
I have, unfortunately.
Okay.
And these ones are still at D8, so let's see. Oh, yeah. You drop 2 of them. 2 of them get thrown back into the, safety boxes that they were trying to empty out. One of them is completely just knocked out, gone.
Legacy, are you in the red?
I am.
Okay, that's good, actually.
Okay, the 2 there look very frightened, and of course the lady over here, I think that's a lady.
That's a lady. That's Tashigar. Well, if she was in science.
So she's a bit, freaked out, and she seems to be pointing over in the corner at something as she is slowly trying to make her way toward the door. So the environment's turn will take and automatically inflict a point of stress on the scene. And now I have two possible options for, at this point, a major cost that the environment can inflict on the scene. Either the last trap can be set off in the building, or I can bring one new villain target onto the scene. Do you guys have a preference for what you'd like to deal with?
Villain target.
Yeah, I think the villain target. Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. So, apparently there in the corner where she is pointing, you see the leader of the group, dressed similarly as the Blade Battalion peoples, the other group. They look very worried and not sure what to do. The villains will pick the environment. So we're back at the top of the round. They will pick the environment to go after them. So the environment's actually on deck, would be at the top of the new round after the villains go. Legacy just took a knife in the back for the Tasha lady.
I have an interruption action if I can use it.
What is your interruption action?
Synaptic interruption. When an attack deals damage to a hero in the red zone, you may take 1d6 stress to redirect that attack to another target of your choice.
Okay.
Nice.
There are 2 attacks of 2, so which ones do you want to redirect?
It doesn't matter.
It does. Top one or bottom one?
Actually, since we're in the red zone, I can push the limits and I can use an unlimited amount of reactions.
Mm-hmm.
So could I interrupt both of those? I'll take extra stress. I'm going to take a lot of stress, actually. But does that work mechanically?
Yes, that works mechanically for both of those. That's pretty much why you have that ability.
I'm going to use my synaptic interruption to redirect both of those. Who are the people attacking?
Ambuscade is not attacked yet, so it's just the 2 minions.
Have the minions attacked Tasha Yar? Or is Tasha Yar attacking?
One of them tried to attack Tasha Yar, and Legacy got in the way, so they're both hitting Legacy.
Okay, Legacy gets in the way, they try to hit Legacy, and then I come in and shoop, and they hit each other. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I have to take 2d6 plus 2 stress.
Ow.
They both rolled 1, so basically they're both one's punching and the other's got a knife.
Yeah. So 2d6. So I've got a d6.
Oh, you want me to roll that for you? Or
I got it. I got a d6. So that's 5 stress.
All right.
Oops, I didn't mean to hit the research. So Legacy didn't take. No one took anything except those guys in the face.
You took say, and they basically just they took each other out. And they both rolled 1s on their saves, and they were both doing 2 damage. So, pow.
I wink at Legacy.
Legacy has that slow moment, where he's going to cover. No. Apparently, somehow the turret bot just got the door open, so Tachyon was able to zoom in, spin things around, and Ambuscade is very confused, but his minions are taken out.
Maybe me and Legacy can do like a wink and a thumbs up to each other.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
I nod appreciatively.
I'm now in the yellow, so.
Alright, well. He's actually going to go ahead and pick Unity to start off the round. I know I'm changing my mind a little bit here, but since he got added to the scene, it changes things a little bit. So he is going to pick Unity, and he is going to toss something in the air that hits the ceiling. He will blow a kiss to the two of you
Ugh.
and say, "So long, mes amis chéris," and step out into the hall thinking he's escaping. The sonic mine goes off, and everybody... Oh, my. That was a big one. I guess since it was so close. Both of you take 6 points of sonic stress, and you cannot take the attack action next round.
What about Tasha Yar?
Oh.
Thanks, Tracy.
Can I interpose again?
Yes, you can interpose as many times as you want to.
I'll do that. I just cover her. Down!
Alrighty.
Wait, does that mean I can synaptic interruption?
Yes, actually.
So Legacy goes to cover her, and then this is me, I guess, grabbing the sonic mine and throwing it back at Ambuscade.
Yep.
Okay. Just cool. I'll take a D6 of damage.
Uh-huh.
Oh, take 6.
Wait, you got to do it for both of the things that Legacy was taking.
No, he was only taking 1.
No, he was taking his own and Tasha Yar's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I could also take 6.
Tracy, you're really great at helping the GM. I just want you to know that. I bet he appreciates that. So,
I do.
I take a D6, which I just took, and then I take another D6. Wow. So, do I still take the original D6 that I just took?
Yes.
I guess so, yeah. So I just took 18 damage. So was at 20, so I'm at 2.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
But he cannot make the attack action. And he just took...
He cannot make any attack actions his next, or the rest of this round.
And he just took 6 damage.
Yep.
Well, 6 or
So
12.
he kind of, he has his...
Oh, no, he took 12. I'm sorry.
Oh, he took 12?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
took both of those.
Oh, dear. Okay, then he's already flipped into the red.
Yeah, boy. Try not to jump in front of any other people, Legacy. Maybe.
Sorry.
Alright, so there's a lot of ringing
He's an American.
in Tachion's ears as the explosion mostly hit her in the face as she was kicking it out of the room. It also hits Ambuscade in the back of the head when it explodes. So, kudos to the two of you. I'm going to say Legacy managed to pull Tasha out of the way and put her in a different location. So, it is start of the round, Unity's turn. Who would you like to go next?
I will have Legacy go next.
Alrighty.
So first of all, the turret bot is going to open fire.
Alright, for the turret bot, would you like to roll 1d10 or 2d8?
You get to choose?
That's what the turret bot's special ability is.
Cool.
One big die or 2 smaller die?
Oh, I didn't see that. I just saw that I can splits its die into 2 dice
The
of
smaller,
a
yeah.
smaller. Oh, nice. So
Well, it's against 2 different targets, though, isn't it? Can it be the same target?
Did it specify it has to be 2 different targets?
it says against 2 different targets.
Ah, bummer. So yeah, 1
So-
die or
Okay.
2.
So we only want 1 target, so that'll just be 1 die. It'll be the D10.
Okay. So 5?
Oh, okay.
He rolled it, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got quick buttons for all the bots.
Gotcha.
So, man, Ambuscade is not doing so well. He's mostly about the traps he sets anyway, to be sure, but still.
He's got I think 3 or 4 left.
Do your other 2 bots want to do anything?
Doesn't one of them
Yeah, I was
explode?
going to. Well,
If they're
no,
attacked.
neither of them. Well, the exploding is a defensive thing.
Ah, okay. Okay, cool.
Now, how do the defensive bots work? Do they defend someone?
Yes, they can choose to defend other people besides themselves.
Okay, so the D8 robot is going to defend Tasha Yar, and the D6 one is going to defend Tachyon.
Alrighty.
That's a good intern.
Speaking of interns, what are you going to do?
I am going to run around and run inside the building, ready to attack if I need to.
Okay.
And I can run around and still do an action, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the construction pylon again and
Ooh.
create more bots.
Ugh.
Okay.
And they're both going to be attack bots.
All right. Roll it and see what we get.
And we're going to go invention mechanic. And so high and low is going to be an 8 and a 2. So we get another turret bot and another and a pack bot. And since I ran inside, those are already inside too.
Correct. All right. Legacy, on the off chance that somebody else is going to get a turn this scene, who goes next?
Well, I think I only have one option, right?
No, we have me, environment, and bad guy.
I'm going to say you.
Sweet.
Now, what's this villain's name again?
Ambuscade.
So basically, I fly over to Ambuscade and I say, Ambuscade, this ends now. And I hit him with takedown. So basically, when attacking using brawling, use your max die for the attack. If that if that target goes next, create a penalty of the villain equal to your mid plus min. Actually, maybe I'll make Ambuscade go next, because he'll have that penalty.
You'd have to roll really low to not take him out.
All right,
Max.
well, let's
But
see
if
what
you
happens.
want to do it that way, you can.
No, that's okay.
So that will be strength plus brawling plus status. So I do 9.
Nice.
I'm not trying to kill him. Just make sure that he stops doing what he's doing.
He stops doing what he's doing.
He stops almost all the things he's doing. He stops holding his poop in.
He stops moving. He stops not doing, not being imprinted into the floor. He stops thinking. So, yeah.
That's my
Nice.
So we'll say all these bots, there on the scene, do some exploration around, find the other 2 traps and the bombs that were set up that never got to go off. I assume you guys disable those.
Yes.
Minimum property damage that can be repaired. All hostages are safe. None were even harmed, much less killed.
We're good at what we do.
There were more bombs?
Yeah.
There were 2 more bombs. Yes.
I gotta teach my B-bots to be more observant.
Hey, they found them.
They found
That's
all
good.
the ones that were going to go off anyway.
Yes.
And even turned one off.
My danger sense calms down. I'll use that to help detect the bombs.
And now that there's no more innocent bystanders in any sort of danger. Did anybody use one of their own costs?
Yeah, I used the danger everywhere one.
Right.
I used on the fritz.
Oh yeah, taking out the bot.
Yep.
Good deal. So, the governor, of course, sends his gratitude for. He doesn't announce publicly that was his mother in there, but definitely sends you guys his gratitude. Everybody inside is very grateful, and since nobody got hurt, none of them are going to start dwelling down the path of evil and later come back as a villain. Everyone
Nice.
loves you guys very much. Paparazzi didn't get anything they could sling mud at you with, so all of the news pieces are very positive. Ambuscade and the minions are all thrown in jail. Since none of them really have any superpowers, they're not so worried about them ever breaking out. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, we win.
Yeah.
Now, was this a team-up issue between Legacy and Unity? Or
The two of you each had a spotlight moment, correct?
Yeah.
I think you did, yeah.
Well, the throwing the bomb was epic, but I don't know if it was a spotlight moment. I didn't roll match 3 of the kind at all.
Alright, gotcha.
Well,
Did
it isn't when you match your principal or something?
Oh, that could be it.
the
The
bottom
principal tells when it's triggered.
Yeah. So the two principals will tell you if you did this, you get a spotlight moment.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any of you guys as
Yeah,
principals.
the Principal of Justice, I did get a spotlight moment.
Awesome.
I don't think I did. That's okay. Did they get to name the comic?
The two of you, basically, it was a Legacy and Unity comic. I don't know if that's Freedom Annual, whatever you guys want to name the comic that the two of you appeared in, and Tachyon kind of helped co-star in.
Special
Ooh.
guest.
Special guest.
What's a good name for that?
Legendary Union?
Oh!
So,
Oh, God! Oh.
Legendary Union issue 1. So now all three of you would have to write that on. Or, I'm sorry, would get to write that on.
that's amusing.
The new character sheets have a spot where you actually do write that down, where you can list up to 6 of them. 2 of you would be able to use that like you did your first appearance comic. Tachyon, unfortunately, doesn't get to use it as a way to a minor cost or maximize a die. But it still does count as her 6, as part of her 6 to upgrade one of her qualities or powers or get a new kicker.
So I've got a question. Does that mean on the next adventure, if we had one, they would have 2 chances to use their comic and I would have 1?
Correct.
Oh, man.
Now, to counter, some unfairness potential, they would each also have kind of a -1. Well, I guess it's a -2 because they have 2 of those comics, and you just have a -1 for cost. So that way, you've got a better chance of you being the star of the next comic.
What do you mean -1 and -2 cost?
When you're counting how many spotlight moments you had.
Oh, okay.
That way, you've got a better chance. Before we go, you guys did really well on that one, I gotta say. But before we go, thoughts on the game?
Well, I struggled early on, and I think it was just because I was trying to wrap my head around the mechanics and stuff. And, I think just for me, like, if I'd had, like kind of a tutorial to get familiar with the mechanics first, that would have been a big benefit. But if you're doing a campaign, then obviously you're going to have, some cupcake mission to start out with to be like an intro or something like that. So, I mean, that was my only thing.
Cool.
It was tricky with the powers, figuring which one to use for social actions. Like, strength made sense. I like using strength for, like, bravado. But for, like, kind of, like, suaveness or charisma, it all kind of falls under vitality, which seems a little weird.
I was thinking, I don't know, and it's not even something I would fix, but something about either giving bonuses to people, I feel like those should be a little bit stronger, or putting penalties on people should be a little bit stronger. Something about, I don't know if the boost and penalties were powerful enough, but then if you change them, like, does it unbalance things?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if sometimes, and it may actually be built like this so it promotes more action, but it seemed just better to, go punch people than it did to spend a turn giving somebody a boost. But that's just my thoughts. I'm nitpicking. I liked it.
There's also a time limit too. So if you build up too much, you'll run out of time.
Yes, I mean that's the why spend turns building up. Besides story, which I like doing anyway.
Yeah,
Well, I know Unity did a lot of building up there at the beginning, but a lot of that was, so you could use the bots.
Well, one thing I do see, though, is, like, once things start getting in the red, all of a sudden your character is really powerful.
Which makes sense. It matches the card game. I just, as a person who's played the card game, it does... I think it's designed well in that aspect. Because it fits the feel of the card game.
Because it sort of means when you get to that level, it's like, okay, now it's go time.
Yes. And much like when the card game, usually when you start off, the villain gets to go first, and they can usually do a lot of damage or set up a lot of bad things. And a lot of the game is just trying to crawl back up and eventually put them out. But for the first little bit, they have the upper hand. And it's just if you can survive long enough. But I like the environment track thing. Actually, I think I like it better than the Doom pool that was in Cortex Plus.
Actually, I like that too because the thing with in the Marvel game, the idea is that as the Doom pool rises, things get harder for you. But in most comic books, usually the villain starts off really powerful, and the heroes have to beat their way up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought this was fun. I liked it.
It was really fun.
I really like that too about just kind of how it escalates. Kind of the opposite way is even a lot of RPGs I play, that have to start out strong, and it's just you chipping away at them until you get them down, but they keep kind of building up and doing things. And this, it's more of you kind of doing what you want, setting the scene, but really as things get more dangerous, your characters are getting more powerful. It feels like, even though it might not always make sense to create those boosts, in the next round things are going to get into red and you're going to get more powerful anyway. So it's kind of got that escalating scale.
Yeah.
And I know we've got different degrees of familiarity with the card game here, so not at all. But I thought everyone, really played the characters very well. Nobody seemed to be struggling. Of course, that just might be good players, but everyone seemed to know kind of, okay, or at least, figure out after a couple rounds, this is what my character can do. This is the personality I see them having. I'm going to play that to its fullest. And it really felt like, Legacy's big thing was protecting the innocent bystanders. You could see that in his actions. And Tachyon was fast, doing a lot of things at once. And Unity was slowly building up an army of bots.
Yeah, I think it matched the character ideas as well as the characters in the card game.
I did like a lot of the actions, with Unity, who's very invulnerable, but at the same time, things around him aren't, and that's a good way of doing stress to him.
Oh, for Legacy?
For Legacy, yeah.
Because he might not get hurt, but it's kind of useless if everyone else gets hurt anyways.
Yeah, I was thinking, he has superhuman durability, and I don't even think that you were using it.
No.
Because I think you would have not been in the... Well, I think you would have been higher, but probably still red. But I don't even know how to... What does that mean, Joshua? Reduce any physical or energy stress you take by 2y-3r?
If you're in the yellow, reduce it by 2. If you're in the red, reduce it by 3.
Okay, cool.
Some of the powers, that start out at higher levels will adjust and even get themselves stronger in lowers.
But
I think Bunker also has it in green.
That's only for physical, and like you were saying, there were social and mental reasons why he was taking stress, which is nice.
It seems like for combat-wise, at least, it makes a lot of sense that you can do things not just physically, but socially and mentally. Yeah. But I do agree. There's probably if they could have, or maybe even if you're building your own character, if you could have more options or more obvious options for the social actions, that would be a good thing to include.
Yeah. I think Unity has banter or she has something.
Maybe something that would be interesting to do is a list of, I don't know, maybe base skills that anyone can use that maybe just get a D4.
Well, they do. If you don't have it listed, you use a D4.
I think they're actually working on some kind of list for when you can make your own superhero character.
I would like to see
a list that you have on the handout. Says, hey, here's what all you can use. If you don't have it, roll it as a default. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I would like to see kind of like what Wraith is like. Like, for example, if you're doing a Batman character, so obviously you have brawling, but you'd also have investigation, and you'd also have like driving.
There are character sheets over there if you want to look at it.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, she has acrobatics, brawling, detective, science, stealth, wealthy CEO. With a lot of
That is
stuff.
one thing I love.
I know with Cortex, like when I was looking at Marvel, like looking at, say, Iron Man's character sheet, one thing I noticed is just the way they kind of built him. He doesn't really, for example, if say he wants to be a ladies' man, he doesn't really have any skills that would determine a ladies' man, except for maybe one of his distinctions, billionaire playboy, and then maybe he'd get his affiliation, but he wouldn't get any other dice after that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if this has that problem, because you have those kind of status, you have qualities and powers.
Mm-hmm. For the qualities, at least, I mean, they've got a list of powers and some qualities, but you also have the ones that kind of like when you would pick aspects in Fate. You had a couple of qualities that you just out of the blue designed for yourself. Family man, America's finest, wealthy CEO, intern, things like that. And it's just they don't necessarily make sense for a lot of characters, but they're there for yours. And if you want that aspect of the character you want to play, there you go.
Yeah, I like this. I'm looking to see what changes they bring, or if they bring. Oh, they'll probably bring some, but just to see what changes they do.
It would be tricky in, say, for example, say a guy with a knife attacks an armored person, like someone whose armor normally stops with bullets.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really hard to kind of determine what happens when the armored guy takes stress. But then again, usually it's never, in a superhero, in a comic book, it's never just that. Like just him versus someone like that.
Yeah.
Even if it is, you could say that maybe there's an innocent person involved, or something that they care about.
Yeah.
That gets stressed, not just their physical form.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and you can just for story-wise, say a guy runs and it's pounding a knife at the armor and it doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think Bunker, he's the one in the big metal suit, actually has a special ability that he's immune to all normal melee damage and
Reducing
not super-powered martial arts. I mean, he has damage reduction, but he's also just immune to that mundane kind of stuff because that's his thing.
While armored, you ignore damage from traditional close combat weapons and attacks.
That's cool.
Such as okay, nice.
That is cool. I was going to say something about the building up, and I could see it like being a strategy depending on the scenario. Basically, where you just because like when you get to your red abilities, they're really good. And it's like you just spend, build up, and then you just unleash and level everything. If you don't have innocent bystanders, it would be much easier.
Well, actually, the other thing I was thinking is this could really mimic, say, certain tropes in anime. Like, for instance, the final attack that the big robot does. Voltron does all his little attacks until he gets into the red, and then blazing sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Lena Inverse casts all these little minor piddly spells and finds like, okay, fine, I'll use a Dragon Slave.
It's all like there's also stuff like in Dragon Ball Z where Goku he takes stress from people just in social situations, whereas in physical he's impervious. But this could, it's interesting. I like it.
Come out of the same pool.
Yeah.
Just stress is stress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know nobody got taken out, but really, taken out doesn't mean dead or even necessarily knocked out. It could be that, Unity got hurt, now she's hiding in a van. She's still trying to send out equipment, or maybe she dropped some equipment left behind other people can use. So you still do stuff on your scene, but just kind of explain it as you're really not participating so much anymore. You're too scared to. Or
Right.
Legacy might just be so busy now protecting innocence that he's going to leave it to the other heroes.
Well, so like if he got defeated, like the hostage could have been stabbed, and he grabs her and takes her to the hospital, so he's out of the scene.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, because usually for if you haven't played the card game, you play, and if you get knocked out, you're not knocked out. You just flip your card over, and you have like one of 3 actions you can do. So in your turn, you can still do something. It's just not as powerful as your normal turn. So then people aren't left just with nothing to do, which is not a fun part of games. Does anybody else have anything to add?
No.
I'm good.
Well, everybody, thanks again for playing with us.
Yes.
Oh, one
thank
thought,
you.
I also think I kind of like it and think it's interesting. Like, to me, Unity is a support character.
Yeah.
Which is very true to the card game.
Yes, it works out very nicely.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry, that was the last.
That's
thing.
okay.
Thank you for joining us for our Sentinel Comics RPG pre-beta playtest. Thanks to Great Games for letting us do this and have fun in their world. And you should check out their Kickstarter. We've got the link in the notes, or you can just Google Bing or whatever it is. The Oblivaeon Kickstarter for Sentinels of the Multiverse. Also, thanks again to John Mark Giffen and Handelabra Games for being so awesome and letting us use this music. You should check out the links we have down there below. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, we would love to hear them. You can leave them in the comments. You can contact us on our website, burneverythinggaming.com. You can email us. You can carrier pigeon. Whatever it is, we would love to hear from it, and hopefully we can help you out. Keep enjoying.